Patrick here says, as a United fan, it's sad it didn't work out for Sancho at the club. A good move for him. Feels like someone advised him well this time. Big game this Sunday, Hussam. You come to Old Trafford. How do you see the game going, my friend?
I'm worried always when we go to Old Trafford. This is normal. Just like Terry was worried 10 years ago when we were crap when he had to come to Anfield. This is just normal feeling before a Liverpool United game. And Terry's a liar if he says even when United were the best team in the world that he wasn't worried when he came to Anfield. That he was. This is just normal 100%. So for me, look, I'm worried about the game. I don't think any game is an easy game of football in the Premier League, specifically these games, these rivalry games. This will be the first big test as well for Ryan Gravenberch and the DM thing. Because as I told you last week, remember what I said on the match reaction? It's a difference between Gravenberch dominating Janelt and dominating whoever the hell played in Ipswich midfield in the first game week versus playing against Mainu, Bruno, and Ugarte if he registers for the game and etc. So all of these things, like, they're still true. That my opinions haven't changed. I think this is going to be a very tough game. It wouldn't shock me if, God forbid, we draw or lose this game. Because... Look, the good thing is this time coming to Old Trafford, we have Jota fit. Now, Jota is in another class of finishing when it comes to the ones that cost us last season. I think Terry himself said that last year, even in the Premier League game, we could have been 5-0 up in the first half, but we just fucked up so many chances. So we kind of cost ourselves. We cost ourselves in that fixture, if anything. So I look at Liverpool Football Club. I'm confident in my team, yes. But I think the lack of DM will hurt us in the game. And it just smells of what it smelled like 2 years ago, now, when we played Man United as a third game. We ended up losing 2-1, and everyone just lost their mind. So, yeah, it depends who we really sign from now till Friday. Maybe, hopefully, we wake up and decide to sign a DM. I don't know if that means he'll start. Most of the players are fit, so it's not like we have any injury worries. I think our class at the end of the day, and the fact that we do have the 4 world-class players, will help us in the game eventually. The bad news for us is these type of fixtures have never been Ten Hag's issue, other than the 7-0 and the 6-3. Usually, Ten Hag is okay in the big game. Ten Hag's problem is more like against like Brighton and shit. Like, that's where he struggles a little bit. But in the bigger games, he usually does relatively well. I mean, even last season, Arsenal barely beat them. We drew twice, lost in the FA Cup. Man City as well, when Rashford opened the scoring at the Etihad, things were looking up in that game. So there is...
Beat them in the FA Cup final.
Yes. Man United away is never an easy fixture for Liverpool. I don't care if they're 20th. So that's just the truth.
I get where you're coming from. I mean, I never go into Man United versus Liverpool with an arrogant view, even when you were dog. I would never go into a game going, we're going to smash you, we're going to hurt you. I just feel that, for me, tempts fate in every single which way. I wouldn't do it. Even if I felt you were poor, I wouldn't personally do it. I feel the criticism of Man United in this last 4 or 5 days, again, has been over the top. And we've seen that. I mean, some of the stuff, media outlets have gone crazy. You know, they put up a graphic on Sky of what we've spent this summer and included all the add-ons. They show what we have sold for, and they discounted all the add-ons, but every other club had theirs connected. I've seen, again, undoing of legacy stuff to do with Man United. People talk about how we always used to just outspend everybody to win, and we've always been a bad club, just that we had money and no one else did. I understand criticism of the manager, and the reason why I bring those examples up, they're actually not connected to what's going on right now in any way, shape, or form, really. But it's just been like a pile-on. And this has helped Man United on a number of occasions under Ten Hag when the media starts doing this. I also go back, I've watched the Brighton game back. 2 moments of mad, horrible defending. One from Maguire, which is typical over the last 3 years for him. And the other was just, and it is. I mean, it wasn't even missing the first cross. It's when you watch a certain angle, he was standing in the right position. It would have been such a simplistic cross. We were dominating the game at that point. He would have just cleared it. He moved out of the line of the ball, and then there was a tap in. So the only way I go into this game less confident is if the likes of Xerxes and De Ligt and not in the first team. There needs to be some punishment towards the players who made individual errors that cost us against Brighton. I can stomach at this point. We've created as many big chances as Chelsea, who I think have got 5. I think only Liverpool on 6 or 7 have more big chances created than us. We've had the opportunities in games to score. I don't mind to a certain degree at this stage missing those opportunities as long as we continue to create them. What I want to see punished, if that's the right word, is individual errors that mess up the system. So we stopped for large parts of the game Brighton playing through us. We countered well, we attacked well at times, but it was just individual errors that messed us up. That's how we lose to you, by the way. I don't see Liverpool ripping us apart like you did last season in terms of dominating the ball, cutting through our team easily. I think we're going to be a much harder team to break down and play against, especially if Ugarte's in the side. I don't know whether he'll start because he hasn't played for PSG for a while. I'm not sure if he's match fit. Heaven forbid we rush him into the game and he pulls something. That'd be horrendous for us. But I think if the Lit comes into the side as an example, I know it's Liverpool, but I would swap Maswari onto the right and put the onto the left and put the low back into the right back position. And I would start with a centre forward in Xerxes. I think if we do that, we've got a chance of getting the victory against you. Do I believe we're going to outclass Liverpool, outplay them, have more possession, have all the chances, nullify you? No, Liverpool will create opportunities because you're a very good team. But I do believe Man United can beat you. I do believe we've got the capabilities of getting a 1-0, a 2-1, a close victory, as we've seen before. So what about Martinez, Terry? Yeah, of course he starts. I'm not going to mention him. Yeah, he starts. See, this is what you say. You got cooked by Milner and Gilmour. This is the thing. Barring the 2 individual errors that led to chances, the only open play chance, proper chance Brighton had was at the start of the second half, and it was Milner, and it was very well worked move. Welbeck had a chance from a corner. That's a set piece. Outside of that, they didn't cut through us. Gilmour had some good moments in the midfield. Yeah, but so did we. This is a false narrative that they cut through us. They had one chance in the game and they missed it. Yet we're not being praised for all the chances we created and missed. We're being slagged off for it. So let's keep the energy fair. And all I'm saying about the game is this. I think Man United go in as the favourites. We're at home, marginal favourites. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that we're these big underdogs. We've got a good record against Liverpool at home, even in our downturn and your upturn. So, yeah, I expect us to go and get the win. I'm not writing Liverpool off. I'm not saying you're crap, but my expectations are of Man United to go out on Sunday, bounce back from the Brighton result, get a victory, again, improve again slightly more, and go into the international break with a bit of a feel-good factor in a nice little position for 3 games into the season. Knowing that we've completed our window. Hopefully we come back fully fit, and then again, isn't a long run, is it? We've got another international break 3 weeks later. But yeah, I expect it. And that's not expectation because I think Liverpool are crap. I need to reiterate that to any Liverpool fans getting angry. But I expect Man United, maybe barring Real Madrid and City, I expect us to beat every other team at home this season. And if we don't, I'm going to ask questions as to why. Or at the very least, not lose. Because you look at our record at home against the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal, no matter how good you guys have been, our home record's great. I expect with the praise that the players and the manager have given to the new structure and how they know it's all improving, and the fact we've had a good window, I don't want to see us losing at home or being hard to beat at home anymore. That is something that has to be demanded. And people say, clip it. Clip what? What is wrong with a Man United fan who's being told by his club that they're improving, that the culture's better, the attitude's better, the players are loving it, who I think have had a good window? What is wrong with me expecting us to become a hard team to beat at home and expecting us to, by the way, we do still win the majority of games at home every year. It's really not a crazy statement. Anyway, I'll hand back to you guys.
If you offered the draw right now, would you take it?
Why are you upset, Terry? I don't know why you're upset.
Sorry?
If offered the draw right now, would you take it?
Why am I upset? Because I turn around and say I expect Man United to not lose any of their games at home, really, barring 1 or 2. I expect us to not drop points too much at home. And people go, that's a crazy take. And I'm sitting there thinking, I don't get how it is. Last year, right? Man United, worst season in 40 years. We still 13 of the games out of the 19 that we played at home, we didn't lose. And that's an awful record. I expect that to improve by 3 or 4 games. I expect us, when you look last season, Arsenal lost 2 at home. Liverpool lost 1. City didn't lose any. Newcastle lost 3. Villa lost 3. I expect Man United to be at that kind of level. I really do. I don't understand why people in the comments think that's an outlandish take. It's weird to me.
Can you
Sorry.
answer my question now? If offered the draw, would you take it?
No,
1-1 right now.
No, I'd gamble and go for the win.
Fair enough.
I want the win. I really want the win. I don't pay too much attention to trolls. I pay attention to the viewers. Do you know what I mean? But there we go. No, I would honestly, if someone said now you can have a 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, whatever it was, I'd say no, I'd have it back. I'll go for the win. I'd rather win, if I'm being honest with you.
Fair enough.
It's a point. I get it. If you said a draw or the potential, I mean, there is always the potential of a hammering. I'd be like, well, maybe just take the draw then, right? But I don't think we'll get hammered. I don't think we'll lose by 3 or more goals in the game. So
I hear you.
How do you see it going, Mo?
Why are you quiet? You want red carpet, Habibi?
You guys are a Man United fan and a Liverpool fan. I actually think Liverpool will dominate Man United. I have reasons for it. I have reasons for why I think Liverpool will win this game, right? And it has nothing to do with the hate of Man United or anything. I think Erik ten Hag will try to outplay Liverpool. I think Erik ten Hag will go for the press. I think Erik ten Hag will leave spaces for Salah and Jota and Szoboszlai and these guys. I think Liverpool are more athletic than Man United at the current moment. This is why I think Liverpool will win. They might not win by 3 or 4. This is Man United at home. This is Old Trafford, right? But I think Liverpool are going to the game the safest because of Ten Hag, because he is going to try to press. Man United at home, Terrace said that, yes, we didn't lose a lot of games. I think if you lose this season, you might lose against the Arsenals, the Liverpool, the Man United. The reason why, because I don't think Ten Hag this season will take the same approach as he did against Man City and Liverpool this last season, where I am willing to remove my principles, abandon my principles, defend, and play on my strength and put Rashford to get me the wonder goals or put Amad Diallo in the transition. If he does that, I will call him a smart man. Right here on the match reaction, I will call him a smart man. But I don't believe he's a smart man. I believe he's going to go and try to press. He's going to try to outplay Liverpool. He's going to try to be toe-to-toe with Liverpool. And I think Liverpool have more technicalities and they are more established as a team and they're more athletic and they're going to outplay United. I don't know if Ugarte is going to start, to be honest. I don't think
he'll start. No, I think, listen, again, like I was saying earlier, I hope you're wrong. What you're saying.
Can I ask you a question, though, before you go on? Can I ask a question before you go on? Would you rather Erik ten Hag abandon the principle and defend and you get a 1-0 win, or go on, play your game, toe-to-toe to Liverpool and maybe take a draw or maybe a 1-0 loss? Maybe a draw because you wouldn't take the loss.
So yeah, look, I don't want reckless abandonment where we're leaving ourselves wide open, but I would rather we try to play our, especially at home, the brand, whatever the brand of football is that Ineos are saying this is how we want to play. I'd rather us try and play it. The biggest problem over the last 2 years, because we've been rudderless at board level, is the manager's been able to go, do you know what? I'm going to play it today. Next game, I'm not. I get going away to City. I get going away to Liverpool because Fergie did it. You would go, right, we're going to adapt slightly and play more on the counter attack. I'm comfortable with that. Man United have done that our entire history. But no, I do want us to try. And this is where, like, results are important, of course, but we have to, at the beginning of a club rebuild, which is where we are, we have to look at the performances and what we can take from it. Like, I was so gutted to lose to Brighton. But for me as a Man United fan, as we watch our club, there were lots of things for me to be encouraged about. And one of them was it's the first time we played Brighton where we just weren't being passed through and cut apart and run ragged for 90 minutes of the game, which has happened so regularly. That's what I'm looking for. I almost want us to try and play Liverpool. It's an acid test. It shows where we are at and where we're at. And when I say play Liverpool, again, I don't mean 9 men in attack every minute. I just mean press at the right times and absorb at the right times. And you've got to get that balance right. You know, you don't want to press stupidly for the first 20 minutes and then lose all your energy and then get ripped apart. You've got to be sensible, which is why I don't judge a game in the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Because I think what the game will be is there'll be moments where Liverpool have the ball. There'll be moments when United have the ball. There'll be times where Liverpool press and there'll be times where we press. I don't think it will be like Jurgen Klopp, heavy metal, almost 90 miles an hour for the whole game. It's going to be very, very different now. It's two Dutch managers going up against each other. I think where I do agree with you is Liverpool do have more athleticism than us. And that's an area that we haven't probably addressed enough in the transfer window yet. But again, let's see what it's like when Rasmus is fit, Xerxes starting, Yoro's in the team, Ugate's here. We may look at Man United then and go, actually, they're far more athletic than they're looking right now, because it's a shame those guys ain't playing. But yeah, look, I'm gonna go over a very, very cheeky 1-0 Man United win, in my opinion. These super chats before the end of the show. First one says, Mo, don't worry about what Arsenal fans think or want. Most fickle fans on the planet Earth. Same ones had a meltdown yesterday for the Nunes nonsense rumor. Nabil says, I would be worried if we're